Okay. So I'm going to explain a little bit briefly as to why I asked all those questions on my stories on all those fears. So this has to relate with human design, and I am going to dive into it in more detail tomorrow because I want you to just start thinking about it. Even if I would really love for you to participate, but even if you don't feel to called to participate, just make note of which ones resonate, make note of which ones land, because it is important to tap into that. The reason being is because we are going to be looking into our human design, and some of these fears belong to you, and I'm going to give you some little bit of guidance as to how to work with them and walk with those fears, because those fears will continue to show up, and you just need to know how to walk with them, how to live with them, but not allowing them to be the driver, for you to be the driver, but to also give them space and to see what they are showing you. Because our fears, they always have something to show us. There is always something that we are being shown. And I know I just repeated myself, but whatever. And some of those fears you may not even have. And it could be that you took it from, either your parents growing up. It could be that you took it from, your partner that you live with, or something you heard at school. And so they may not actually belong to you. And so I'm also going to give you guidance on how to release that, maybe some journal prompts, and see why do you believe that? Or why do you have this fear? Because if it doesn't belong to you, then it'll be easier to just let it go. And why are you holding on to it? And I think that I've learned that the minute I've realized, I'm oh, this fear doesn't belong to me, this is not part of my energetic blueprint, then once I start unraveling of where it came from and how I was holding on to this, it was a lot easier to let it go, a lot easier to be no, this one is not mine. It's not mine. And the minute I get into that headspace, it's just oh, okay, it goes. It's like a thought. It comes in and it leaves, or you feel it in your body, and then it goes away because it doesn't belong to you. And so I am going to tap into that now, and I am going to do an IG live where I am going to go in a little bit more detail as to explaining how all the details about it, because human design is not just it's not something that's just oh, here's your chart and bye, there's a lot more elements to it. There's so many layers to it. And so I did do a few days ago a video on strategy. I highly recommend for you to look into that. And also I did do a video a while back on all the authorities, which is a decision-making process. Now in human design, no matter how surface level or deep you go, at the end of the day, strategy and authority is where you start. This is where it is and understanding your type and who you are. And so if this is something you desire to learn more about, send me a DM or write in the comments, let me know. Right now, I'm just talking about this. I'm talking about this in relation to money because to me it's exciting, but also I'm a projector, so invitations are more than welcome. And send me invitations of what you would love for me to tap into, what you would love for me to go deeper on. And if you desire to understand what it means to be a generator or a mani-gen or a projector or a reflector or a manifester, because I did check, and nobody answered a reflector, but I know I have lots of mani-gens and generators here following me. I got a few of you projectors, and there's a few manifestors as well. And so let me know if there's something you would like to learn more of in human design, so that I can guide you to get you started in that embodiment piece. Because if you don't follow your strategy and authority, the deconditioning and the rewiring of those fear gates that I'm going to talk about, basically all the ones that I put in my stories, then that deconditioning or being able to walk with those fears won't be as smooth or with flow or with ease as you would desire it. It is really important to follow your strategy and authority, because we can get in our heads about it. We can create stories. Our mind is like, it could create so many stories and so much bullshit, and we know that. And so this is why it's important, like, going with your strategy and authority. And so when I do suggest things, or when I do guide you to things, like, if you're a generator or a Manny Gen, like, this is your opportunity to respond. This is like everything I shared with you. This is your opportunity to respond, to be like, oh, like this lands in my body. Like, how does it feel? Yes or no? Like, nuh-uh. Like, it gives you that opportunity. And as projectors, I am creating that invitation for you to dive deeper within yourself and to see. And, manifestors, just like take in what I'm saying and see if it resonates with you. So tap into your authority, and whichever your authority is, and just tap into that. And so it is important to, like, really use that strategy and authority during this process as I'm speaking about human design, and go into your intuition and be like, does this belong to me? No, it does. Yes, it does. Does this feel right? Or, like, if there is resistance, like, why am I resisting? Like, why am I resisting what she's saying? Why am I getting triggered with what, like, I am telling you, for example, like, if you get triggered by something I say, like, why is that triggering you? And feel it in your body, and listen to your body, listen to what it says, and not so much what your mind says. And so I'm going to wrap it up, and thanks for watching, and thanks for participating. Yay. Can't wait to see all your responses, and we're going to dive deep. I'm excited. Yay. Okay, cool. So I'll speak to you tomorrow. Bye.